guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sumit and this is the another episode of the Mango People Show. And जो आज की story is about Aarohi Pandit. She is the first woman to fly solo across Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. And साथ ही साथ she has more 3 world records. तो total 4 world records है on her name. So we had a very good conversation few days back, but sadly because of some technical glitch जो मेरा ऑडियो ना वो रिकॉर्ड नहीं हुआ था, तो इसको मैंने थोड़े से अलग वे में प्रेजेंट करने की कोशिश की है. होप यू विल लाइक इट. एंजॉय दिस एपिसोड.
Okay, so let's start from the start. I think I must be around 8 or 9 years old, and my dad runs a business of tourism. So like since the age of 5 or 6, I've been traveling. Like, to be honest, I have traveled all around India for like 6 to 7 times by now. So since then, like, I was always into traveling, taking airplanes and taking roads all the time. So I think I was 8 years old and I was at Cochin airport with my father, and we were taking a flight back home from Cochin to Mumbai. And that was the first time ever I saw a pilot, and it also happened to be a female pilot. So I think since then, I got to know what a pilot really is, and trust me, they look absolutely amazing in uniforms. You won't deny with that fact. So I think that's what got me attracted. And since then, like, when uncle auntie घर पे आते हैं और वो पूछते हैं, like, बेटा बड़े होके क्या बनोगे, and I used to always be like, I'm gonna be a pilot. So yeah, since then it was like a dream and I achieved it. So after 12th, with physics and math, that's like a basic qualification to start your training as a pilot. So after 12th, I was around 17 years old. That's when I started my flight training from Bombay Flying Club, and it also happened to be the flying club from where Mr. J.R.D. Ratan Tata got his flying license. So it was kind of famous because of him, and so I got myself into it. And since then, I've been training, and at the age of 21, I got my commercial license, and immediately within 6 months, I got the opportunity to circumnavigate through a project called WE Expedition. So that's a purposeful plane. It's basically an ultralight. So I've said that in many of my interviews, like, it's basically you're taking a tuk-tuk and putting a go-kart engine on it and taking it around the world. So it's an ultralight, a light sport aircraft, and so in the beginning, it was I did have a co-pilot. Her name is Kiter, and she also happens to be my friend since flying club. We started flying together, and I know her for like 5 years now. So from India to Scotland, I had her with me. And then the journey for the oceanic flights, like crossing the Atlantic and Pacific, was supposed to be done alone because of the weight issue and also for the safety issue. So I was selected for that, and I went ahead solo after Scotland. So like since it was a circumnavigation, so by the first rule goes that by its name, like, I have to circumnavigate the entire globe, and I chose the smallest part of the ocean to cross the Atlantic and Pacific. Trust me, like, ocean is wide and it's huge, it's massive, but I crossed from Scotland to Iceland, then Greenland and Canada. Like, I think my oceanic journey was approximately 15 hours, which is the least water space you can travel. And of course it was difficult, because unlike when you're flying over land, you always have a second option to land on a small piece of road or small piece of grass or anywhere on the land. But when it comes to ocean, you have absolutely nothing. And with this very small engine, small plane, the risk factor was of course at a higher level. But then I had no choice because I had to cross it to complete the circumnavigation. Yes, so I have 4 of them. The first one is first woman pilot in the world to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean on a light sport aircraft. Second goes first woman pilot to cross Pacific on a light sport aircraft. The third is the first woman pilot to cross Greenland ice cap solo on a light sport aircraft. And the fourth one is to do a cross Canada on a light sport aircraft. To be very honest, this was like unplanned, I never even thought of doing it. So an organization called WE Expedition, they were looking for young girls to do such flights, and they happened to come to Bombay Flying Club, and that's how we were selected through our college. and I don't know. I don't make plans. I'm such a person, like if I get an opportunity today, I'll go for it, and I don't think about future. I don't know. Let's see. So in India, the only option for a pilot is to join an airline industry, to be honest. Like I get many questions, like from kids, in fact, who have just cleared their 10th or 12th, that, even I want to do something like you. But then I have no answer, because I was lucky to get an opportunity like that. But this opportunity never comes that easy, especially when you're from India, because we are not open to so much of adventure flying yet. But hopefully it will improve in future. But right now, even after doing all this, I'm thinking of joining airline, because that's the only major career option in Indian aviation. So I know getting jobs is difficult, but the only key to be a good pilot is to be patient. Like I have seen pilots who haven't, even after getting their license, they have waited for 10 years, a decade of just waiting and not having a job. I think that tests your patience at a very high level. But in the end, if you really want a job, you will get it, and you just have to keep on updating your knowledge, because you cannot afford to forget whatever you've learned, because getting a pilot training is really expensive. So make sure, I just tell them to make sure you keep reading and keep being updated with the books.
So guys, this was Aarohi Pandit. अगर अच्छा लगे तो डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द लाइक बटन. अगर नहीं हो तो सब्सक्राइब कर लेना और प्रेस द बेल आइकन, ताकि मैं जो भी वीडियोस अपलोड करूँ आप लोगों को नोटिफिकेशंस आ जाए. एंड लेट्स कनेक्ट ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. माई इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल इज कैप्टन ट्यूबर. आई एम ट्रैवलिंग सून टू रांची, माई होम टाउन. आई एम प्लानिंग टू मेक सम ऑसम वीडियोज़. एक बार मैं जाता हूँ, थोड़ा सा मोनोटोनस लाइफ से निकलूँगा, बिकॉज 4-5 महीने से, आई गेस 4 महीने से घर पे ही बंद है, तो कुछ करने को वैसे है नहीं. सो चलो, आई सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. टिल देन बाय, टेक केयर, बी सेफ.